And welcome to the Light Crusader bonus video, where I am going to showcase every spell combination that you can get in the game. Alright, here's some test subjects that I'm going to test some of the spells on. And first off is Air, where you get the Wind spell. And it essentially causes a blade of air to slash at your enemies. Next is Fireball, or Fire, which essentially you get the Fire spell. Sends out what essentially they're firing, and you hit your own buddy. And also, next is Earthquake, where if the enemy is on the ground, sometimes, yeah, see, it doesn't work well on the Wraiths because they hover. But if they're on there, see? Now it got them. Next, of course, is the Heal spell, where essentially it heals you for 10 points. And if an enemy is near you while you cast the spell, it also deals damage as well. That seems to happen with every spell, though. Alright, next is for some 2 combos. For Air and Fire, you get Firewind, which is essentially a homing fireball. See, it just veered off there. Next is Air and Earth, which you get the Thunder spell, and it essentially shoots out a bolt of lightning. Next, for Air and Water, you get the Ice spell, which will freeze the enemy solid, and of course it will end after a short time, and it will, of course... And of course, if you hit them, it will end as well. Next, for Fire and Earth, you get the Meteor spell, which sends out a rock that bounces everywhere. Next, for this one, I'm going to need to find some zombies which are on this floor, which, of course, is the Cure spell. Should be pretty self-explanatory, but in case if it is a bit ambiguous for some reason, you get... Now, if these guys can hit me, you essentially, you cure yourself. Now, let's see. For Earth and Water, you get the Guardian spell, and these guys I'm not going to show it on because they're not the best example. Because what the Guardian spell does is that when you use it, a fairy orbits around you, and what it does is that it will block. It'll interpose between David and the enemy, and it will block a shot. It will block a few shots. See? There it is right there. Now, let's see what else other combinations. Now we're going to essentially do the 3 combos where Air, Fire, and Earth gives you Needle Crack, which sends out 6 magical swords. Yeah, I don't know why it's called Needle Crack, but whatever. Next we have the Confuse spell, where it sends out a ring of fire and goes all over the place. Not exactly what I would call a confusion spell. A confuse spell. Next is... Let's see, if I do Fire, Air, and Earth, you get Turn Undead, where if an enemy is a skeleton, wraith, or zombie, it destroys them instantly. Next, let's see, here we go, the Shield spell. This is a much more advanced version of the Guardian spell, where essentially it will block damage from all directions. Now if you fire, see, there we go. Let's see, is that all of them? Fire, Earth. Yes, I believe that is the final spell. Sorry, you just got a checklist. Air, Fire, Water, yep. Yep, that's essentially it. Now, if we have all the elements on, we get Judgment, where essentially it will do that. That is considered unblockable damage. It's pretty weak, I know. Yeah, it's not much to it. And now that I've showcased all the spells, let me show you how to get a code. I'm going to show you a cheat code, pretty much, where essentially you go to the mode menu and you press down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Then we get all these weird modes. I have no idea what mode 3 or mode 0 does. Okay, apparently. Oh yeah, that's right, I don't have that. And also, I don't have the damage number on. Also, we get the test option, where essentially you can check out sounds. Yeah. And of course, you got the music debug, or music. Get out of my face, Wraith. Let's see, what's this one? All the sound effects, essentially. Next, we got icons for... Yeah, essentially you get to see unused icons that were never in the game, or certain ones that are essentially different and all that. Let's see, you could see certain things here that we've never seen, like that crystal, the boots, and let's see, you can see a different version of the armor, some rings, gloves, you can even see the no, yes numbers. There's the bag, there you can see the orbs, potions, and also I'll be able to show you some of the items, some of the equipment that I couldn't get. Now, you see 70 right there? That is what Dillo looks like, and number 71 is what Geddon looks like, and number 79 is what the mitts look like. Yeah, it's a shame I couldn't get those, and also there's a bottle of water, and I think that was essentially what it's supposed to do, is essentially made... Oh, yeah, here's the faces. Where's it? Ooh, that's a weird one. Cat. The Oracle, which I never seen. Different, all sorts of different face sets that you never get to see. It's a shame that they didn't use some of these unique face sets. There's Gyroth, there's the Goblin King, goblins. And there you go. String. Yeah, essentially all the text, language, and yeah, you can actually change the language in this one. Now, another mode that I'm going to try and do, if I can't, I'll just tell you what it does. Okay, now, to get the next mode, press up, A, right, A, left, A, down, A. Ugh. Yeah, essentially there is supposed to be another mode. There's, if you can do that combo, which I can't seem to do it right, essentially it opens up a room, or essentially it opens up a, shows pretty much errors, rooms, and things like that. That's for Test 2. And if you actually do get Test 2 unlocked, you actually can unlock the debug option, but unfortunately that requires you to die and get a game over and get to the loading screen where the debug menu should appear. Now, in that one, it essentially just allows you to use the debug option in the inventory, and it allows you to jump to pretty much anywhere in the game, if I'm remembering correctly. And yeah, I honestly, considering how easy this game was, I never got a single game over, or used a single pendant. And of course, I'm not even going to bother trying to do those two because, well, they're not that interesting. So, that shall be it for this bonus video. So, I've been the Northern Star Dragon, this has been Let's Play Light Crusader, and I shall see you in the next LP, whatever it may be.